Now there are a few steps to make a pivot table. This is just simple data. You can make a pivot table, but it won't be dynamic. In order to make it dynamic, you need to follow these steps. Okay, so the steps are convert dataset into a table, give table a name, go to a new sheet, go to insert tab, click on insert pivot table, type in the table name in the source data requirement. So these are the steps you need to follow. So these are 5 steps, 6 steps. Okay, so we are going to convert our data set into a table first, so let's do that. So how I'm selecting the entire table. Now you can do that by multiple options. So if you are in a data set and you press Ctrl A, Excel selects the entire data set that is like filled in without any gap. So it's not selecting this pivot table steps because it has a blank column between it. So another option is select the first cell, press Ctrl, press Shift, press right arrow. So it selects the rightmost column, selects the entire range till the rightmost column, and then keep Ctrl and Shift pressed and press down arrow. So it selects the entire table. Keep it selected. Go to the insert tab and look at these options. We have table, so click on it. You can also press Ctrl T and it will do the same thing. So now you can see it has the entire range written between it. So if your table has headers, which we have, serial number, employee ID, employee name, etc., you must check this my table has headers row, and if it's not there, don't check it. Press OK. So you see a table has been made out of that. So I like this formatting of the table. Also, let's make it a bit more organized. So we have all the data in the middle of the column. Now we have this table, but this table does not have a name. We need to give it a name. So in order to do that, whenever you click outside the table, you see there is no design tab here, but whenever you click inside a table, there is a design tab. So go to the design tab and you see there is a table name. So we want to give it a name. Let's say we give it name employees. So we can also give it like employee underscore data. So that name already exists. So because I have another data filled in like the same thing and we gave it that name, so we are going to keep it employees. Okay, so let's open a new sheet. Let's give this sheet a name data2. Delete the first sheet, and now pivot. So we have the first cell selected. Go to the insert tab, click on pivot table. Now here you need to enter the table name or the range. So we converted into a table. We can go manually to that table and select it. So let's try that. So you see, when I selected the entire range, it has automatically entered the name of the table. So press enter, or you can just write employees here, so it will automatically detect that it's a table that you are referring to. Press OK. So you see a pivot table range has been shown to you, and on the right side this is called pivot table field. So here it's showing you the columns. So this is the start of the data visualization, and we have created a pivot table. So let's say the first thing we want to check is that how many males and females are there in the company, and what is their percentage breakdown. So click on gender. So Excel sometimes automatically detects what kind of metric are you looking for. So you can just click on it, so Excel will put it automatically into the rows. But now you want to count males and females. So now if it's a numeric value, Excel will automatically put it into the values field. So let's say salary, as it's a numeric value, or we say years in the company, you will click on it, Excel will put it into the values. And for numeric items, Excel automatically gives you the sum by default. So if you want to change that, I'll show you how you can do that later on. But we don't want years in the company right now. We want number of males and females. As male is a text and female is a text, so I'll explain to you a bit of the concept behind the counting. So Excel, so every male has the same spelling, same case, like capital and small. If I put male here, Excel will treat it differently. So it's very important that the type of text are the same. They have the same case, same spelling, same numbers, anything else. So now I want to count that. So by default, if you put text into the values field, Excel will count it because it cannot be summed or multiplied, so it will be counted. So you can see that there are 565 females and 435 males. So Excel is doing that by checking that in front of females, it's counting each row in that table. So there are 565 rows in which female is written, and similarly 435 rows in which male is written. Now I want to this is fine that I have the number, but if I have some different number like 1333, so I want to see the percentage of each male and female. Now I'll again drag this gender column into this values field. Now you see another values has been added. So but I don't want count, so you click on this and go to value field settings. Now you can see it's count. Well, we want it to be count, but we want it to be shown as a percentage of total. So there are two tabs in this field settings. Go to the show values as tab and go to this and select percentage of grand total. Okay, so now you can see I have percentage. So I can rename these rows. Let's say gender, number of people, percentage of total. So I have my first table. Now I want to analyze what is the average number of years that each gender has spent into the company. So again go to insert pivot table, write table name, employees, enter, and we have again the pivot table. So select gender rows, and this time select years in the company and put it in the values. So now it's numeric, so it's summing. So okay, so by default Excel is summing the numeric numbers. So we know that a total of 6,542 years have been spent by all the females in the company combined. So that's an interesting insight, but we don't want that. We want average number of years. So go to value field settings, summarize value by tab, and select average. So it's going to tell you the average of each employee. So we have that and select it, and we want to format it as number, so by 2 decimal places. So now we know the average number of years in the company. Now we also want to know the average salary by gender. So let's say, so we are going to insert a new pivot table. So enter, press gender, and now this time we are going to put in salaries. So it's showing you the sum. We want average. Okay. Oh. Okay, so this one is showing us the average. So it's showing us female average, male average, and overall average.